everyone, and welcome to today's General Hospital recap. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. Once again, today was a day where I kind of had to keep myself awake in order to watch General Hospital so I could do a recap, because I don't know, I can't keep my eyes open. I don't know what happened to me. Maybe it's because I went to bed at 2 a.m. and woke up at 8. Still, there should be enough sleep. I don't know. But in any event, it seems like I am the biggest jinx in the world because General Hospital got cut off. At least the last 4 minutes got cut off. And I feel like it's every time that I, I'm not feeling great and I have to, keep myself awake is when it gets cut off. So, honestly, I feel like I'm a jinx at this point. But let's get today's recap because I literally have 99% of the episode. So, at the floating rib, Nathan wants to know what happened at the shoot. And Maxie's, kind of roundabout saying, and she words things just a little bit wrong, and by a little bit I mean a lot of it, and Nathan gets a bit worked up. He wants to know what she and Dillon talked about, because at the end of it she's like, no, we just talked, and he's like, well, what'd you talk about? And she's like, well, I can't tell you. And he wants her to tell him the secret, and Maxie's like, so you're telling me if a friend came to you and told you a secret, you would just turn around and tell me? And he's like, no. And Maxie's like, what, are you speaking from experience? And he's like, yeah, I'm keeping something from you. And she's like, what now? So she wants to know if the secret he's keeping could hurt someone. And, Maxie's like, well, I feel like I'm keeping the secret now, too, because I know it exists. And he tells her the only way it could hurt someone is if he told it. So, he just needs to keep silent. At the Haunted Star, Valerie makes out with Dillon. Pretty legit, And then the film student, Andy, barges in. And Dillon reprimands him because if they had been filming, he would have totally wrecked the shot, which that's what I was thinking too. And then Andy asks if he can charge his camera there. And Dillon's like, yeah, do whatever you want. Fine. And I just have a really bad feeling about this. The worst feeling. I've never had a worse feeling before in my life. And I am fighting to stay awake. And that's a pretty bad feeling. Valerie talks to Dillon and how she's been using him. And her heart's been with someone else. And Dillon's like, is that someone else named Dante? And she's like, no, maybe, yeah, okay. And after a little talk, she figures out that he's using her too to get over Lulu, of all people. So she says how his is only thought, but she actually acted on it. And he's like, well, but it was just a kiss. And she's like, yeah, totally. And he catches on to her body language. And he's like, oh, it wasn't just one kiss, was it? And she gets really, really, really defensive. But then at the end, she tells Dillon that her and Dante slept together. Oh my God. I don't know what part of don't tell anyone she doesn't understand. But she has told, literally a lot of people. At least 2. At Dante and Lulu's, what is happening to me? So at Dante and Lulu's, Lulu assures Dante that she won't leave him. And Dante tries to busy himself with bills, and Lulu won't let him because that's the last thing he needs. So he talks to her about Morgan and how reckless he's been. And then it gets a little interesting, and I think maybe this just came from Dante being sleep deprived, like some people I know. So Dante kind of talks about how he should be the one taking over the business because he's the oldest and he knows enough from working undercover, and he absolutely knows where Michael got the information about Carlos, and he knows how involved Michael's getting, and he's like, it should be me, it's the logical choice. So Lulu's like, all right, let's get you wound down a little bit because you are so tense. So Lulu, she's so good to him. She's so good to him. And she gets him to fall asleep after being up for who knows how long. I mean, it might be 2 straight days. Somebody I know. So Franco and Nina, they go to Silas's, and apparently Kiki's trying to sell the place. The realtor's like, you have to lower the price because someone was murdered here and nobody's going to want to buy it. And Kiki's like, whatever, go away. So Kiki, not doing well, as you can imagine. And she's in her pajamas, and she just woke up in the middle of the day. Okay, I was awake at 8 o'clock this morning. I might be in my pajamas, but I was awake, and I worked all day. I knit for Etsy, so that's a job. Sorry, I think I'm feeling a little closer to Kiki than I'd like to let myself feel. So, Kiki says that she got a job and keeps odd hours. Yeah, totally. So they want to know why she's still living there. And she's like, well, Silas's estate is all tied up and I don't have any money. So I'm stuck. She's stuck there until it sells. And Franco okay, so Kiki apparently has this job that keeps odd hours, like something with Japan. So obviously the hours are odd if you live on the East Coast. So Kiki goes into her room to get changed and ready to go to her job. And then Franco and Nina are just in the living room. And Franco asks Nina if they could live together. And Nina's like, I don't know, they discuss it. And it gets brought up that, like, she's loaded and he's broke. But they agree to live together. They're cute. I don't know why, but they are. It makes no sense, but they are. So they waited for Kiki so they could all leave together, allegedly. But then Franco's like, whoops, we parked on the other side, so we can't leave together. Because if you're going to go all the way to someone's house, why would you walk out of your way to walk into their car? Exactly. So Kiki goes on, and Franco just wants to talk with Nina about how something's wrong with Kiki. We don't get to see the conclusion of that, because I assume it's in the last 4 minutes that we didn't get to see. At Patrick's, Sam says yes to Patrick in a really adorable way. Candles, rose petals, a literal sign, right? What's that cat's name? I don't even know. Rebel? Right, Rebel? Yeah. It's really cute. It's crafty. I like it. I approve. If they were any other couple, I'd be a little bit more ecstatic. So he asks her again, so it could be official, and she can, like, actually say the words, Patrick, I'll marry you. And she says yes, and he even has a ring, but it's, like, this fun little Emma ring. It's a ring pop. Okay, like, I get that it's cute, but, you know, if you're gonna, like, engage me, God, I can't speak, but it's not, well, I actually don't even want a ring, so I guess I'd be cool with that. Whatever. I don't even know. I'm so tired. Okay, so then they talk about their families coming together and how complete they feel, and again, there's probably more to that, but if it happened in the last 4 minutes, I didn't see it. At the end scene. Okay, so we only get, like, one scene for the end scene. I hope that's okay with you, because it has to be. So Dillon is, like, so upset that Dante slept with Valerie, because obviously he has wronged Lulu. And she's like, and Valerie's like, well, he really regrets it, like, a lot. Like, I've never seen anyone regret something that much. And Dillon's like, well, obviously not enough to, like, tell Lulu what happened. True. Well, kind of. And Valerie's like, it was a mistake. It'll never happen again. He made it very clear that I'm just a mistake, which, you know, okay, a little bit of sympathy, because, like, literally, if you, like, have any sort of relationship with someone, forget any of their attachments, like, you have feelings, you have any sort of relationship with someone, and they turn around and they're like, this was all a mistake, you were a mistake, my time with you was a mistake, like, that's gonna hurt. So I can kind of sympathize, not empathize, oh, maybe, with that, but, you know, what she did still wasn't right. She could have put a stop to it, but, you know, whatever. Was there more? Okay, so Dillon and Valerie decide to be friends, and Dillon's like, no one will ever know. Trust me, I won't tell anyone. And Valerie's not going to tell anyone about his feelings for Lulu. But, funny story, the camera that was charging, it was rolling the whole time. So, let me see, I'm predicting. Okay, I'm going to use my General Hospital clairvoyance. Okay, so it's going to be the movie premiere. And after the movie, so everyone is all happy, After the movie, the film student will be like, now I want to show my behind the scenes. And that's going to be in it. Because he might not even notice. Like, he could accidentally cut it in there. I know back when I did these originally, I left some clips in there that I was like, oh, I meant to delete that. So, for watching today's General Hospital recap. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I dropped the phone. I'll see if I can edit that out. Hopefully I can. But I will see you tomorrow for more General Hospital, and I hope you have I will see you Monday for more General Hospital. I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great weekend and a great day. I hope you have a great everything. I'm gonna go take a nap. Everyone else should too. Let's all go take naps together. Bye.